Hello and welcome to Kashmir Now. I'm your host Shreyasa Vijay. Let's take a look at some stories of this week's episode. Protests erupt in Pakistan's illegally occupied POK against the construction of dams by China. Government's apathy leaves tourism torturing in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir will tackle floods with high-tech dewatering pump stations. Government constructing community facilitation center in Srinagar. And a lady tailor in Rajouri stitching inspiration for society through hard work and perseverance. While Pakistan has systematically oppressed people of illegally occupied regions of POK and Gilgit-Baltistan for more than 7 decades, it has upped its discrimination and cruelty several folds in recent times. Above all, it has also given a free hand to its ally China to do the same. A large number of people in POK took out a massive torch rally against the construction of mega dams, which they say will leave them deprived.
The people of illegally occupied POK took to streets in Muzaffarabad city as they held a massive torch rally to oppose the construction of mega dams by the Chinese firms on the Neelam Jhelum River. The protesters belonging to Darya Bachao Muzaffarabad Bachao, meaning Save River, Save Muzaffarabad committee, shouted slogans urging Pakistan to roll back the decision of building of these mega projects in their region, which were taken with Chinese permission, not their consent. The head of the committee said that they will not give in to any political or administrative manipulation and will continue their demonstrations until the construction site is shut with companies gone. He even slammed Pakistan for carrying out the construction without having signed any legal agreement with government of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir.
ये टनल जो है हमारी मर्जी से नहीं बना, हमारे कंसेंट से नहीं बना, गवर्नमेंट के साथ किसी एग्रीमेंट के बगैर बना है। इसकी कोई लायबिलिटी हमारी नहीं है। अगर हमारी मर्जी के बगैर किसने आपकी ज़मीन पे इंक्रोच करके कब्जा करके कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट की है तो उसके जिम्मेदार के लोग नहीं हैं। दूसरे दरिया की डाइवर्शन का तो क्वेश्चन ही नहीं है कि जहाँ पे बात आती है आपके नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज की एक्सप्लॉयटेशन की। तो अभी जो क्वाला प्रोजेक्ट पे दसात हुआ और आपने टीवी पे देखे कि जो वो उसकी साइनिंग सेरेमनी थी, उसमें हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब भी खड़े होकर क्लैपिंग कर रहे हैं। लेकिन अभी जो उसकी हकीकत ये है कि वो एग्रीमेंट जो गवर्नमेंट के साथ हुआ है वो आज तक है।
Pakistan and China have signed agreements to construct Azad Patan and Kohala International Finance Corporation and Silk Road Fund and is expected to be complete by 2026. While the other project named Azad Patan Hydropower project that was signed on July 6, 2020 will produce 700.7 megawatts of electricity. Built on the Jhelum River in Sudhanoti district of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, this 1.54 project is sponsored by the China Jiz Hoba Group of Company and is expected to be complete by 2026. As per the political activists from the region, this high Chinese presence in the area in the form of massive construction of dams has threatened the very existence of the locals by diverting the river waters and severely affecting the biodiversity of the region.
ये जो मुजाहरा हुआ है मशल बरदार मुजफ्फराबाद में, ये कोई पहले मुजाहरा नहीं है। मुजाहरे तो एक तवील अरसे से हो रहे हैं लेकिन उनकी सुनवाई नहीं हो रही। ये जो चाइना की 3 गॉर्जेस कॉरपोरेशन है, इसके साथ मिलकर ये बिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स का प्रोजेक्ट है। कोहाला हाइड्रो पावर प्रोजेक्ट और नीलम झेलम हाइड्रो पावर प्रोजेक्ट, और इसकी वजह से उन्होंने दरियाओं के रास्ते चेंज कर दिए, जिसकी वजह से नंबर 1 मुजफ्फराबाद का और इर्द गिर्द के जो इलाके हैं उनका जो दर्जा हरारत है, टेम्परेचर है, वो बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है और शदीद गर्मी पैदा हो गई है वहाँ। दूसरा ये है कि वो जो दरिया थे वो नाले बन गए हैं, तो ये दरियाए झेलम और दरियाए नीलम का जो रुख मोड़ा जा रहा है, इसके एनवायरमेंटल बहुत ज़्यादा हैं। बड़ी स्पीशीज़ के परिंदे हैं वहाँ पे, और जो मछलियाँ हैं और चीज़ें जो हैं जो डिपेंड करते हैं रिवर बेड के में जो जनरेशन होती है उससे, तो हमारा तो बहुत बुरा हाल है इस वक्त और कोई हमें पूछने वाला नहीं है।
The erstwhile princely state of Jammu and Kashmir was invaded by Pakistan through its mercenaries in October 1947, and since then, the people of the region have been meted out an inhuman treatment. They have been exploited of their land and resources, but no profit has been shared with them. Pakistan has been manufacturing lies and floating propagandas regarding the region, but the truth is that people have been leading a life of misery owing to Islamabad's exploitative designs. And now with China too joining in, the quality of life of people is only going to deteriorate.
When the governments around the world are investing in tourism sector to increase revenue, the Pakistani establishment is doing nothing to promote tourism in its illegally occupied POK. Forget about creating new tourist hotspots, it is even destroying those that are naturally gifted to the territory. Take a look.
Clad with hills and valleys, the scintillating scenery of Pakistan's illegally occupied POK has the potential to become one of the prominent tourist hotspots. But acute negligence compounded with systematic designs to not let the region develop has not only deprived the region of any major touristic footfall, but have pushed it into a state of dilapidation. Locals say that some places that held historic and cultural significance have been deliberately damaged or completely destroyed at authorities' instructions. This historical waterfall in Chinari could have become a source of historical references and revenue generation, but all construction around it has been razed down.
इसके खूबसूरती और इसका ठंडा पानी और गर्मियों का मौसम, पूरे पाकिस्तान से लोग जो है ना वो टूरिस्ट यहाँ आते हैं और यहाँ एंजॉय करते हैं। हुकूमत का ये एक कुदरती बड़ा एसेट है। इसके साथ ये शारा श्रीनगर पर कदीम ज़माने का एक पुल जो पत्थर और लोहे के गार्डर से बनाया गया था, वो लगा था, जो एक इंतहाई तारीख की अहमियत का अमल पुल था। तो उस पुल को जो है ना वो तोड़ दिया गया है।
The successive governments in illegally occupied POK have always worked in cahoots with Islamabad and have denied any development model for their territory. There are several historical sites in POK that should be preserved by the government so that the coming generations could know about their roots and cherish it. But to the locals' dismay, nothing has been done yet.
मेरा हुकूमत ये पुरजोर मुतालबा है ज़माना कदीम की जो पुल हैं, जो पुलियाँ हैं और जो अमारात हैं, जो किले हैं, उनको जो आसार कदीमा के महकमे को फाल करते हुए, फंड फराम करते हुए उनको उसी शक्ल में जो है ना वो कायम रखना चाहिए, ताकि आने वाले हमारे जो नई नस्ल आने वाली उसको ये पता चले कि हमारे आबा व अजदाद जो है वो उन्होंने तामीरात की तो कैसी की, ज़िंदगियाँ पाई तो कैसी पाई, और अमल वाली ज़िंदगियाँ कैसी की, कितनी मेहनत मशक्क़त से जो है ना वो आने वाली नस्लों के लिए कैसे कैसे सिलसिले जोड़े, इससे रोशनास कराने के लिए इस तरह की जो है ना वो तारीख़ी चीज़ों को महफूज करने की ज़रूरत है।
POK has great potential for development of tourism and can attract millions of tourists every year that will further help in generating employment for the locals. But POK government only does that what is in the interest of people sitting in Islamabad and not what is in the interest of the citizens. Although the locals have come to terms with the discrimination, an everyday rise in the oppressive rule has lately pushed them towards the brink of declaring a full-fledged rebellion.
Moving on, from the construction of eco-parks to auditoriums, authorities in Jammu and Kashmir have been working tirelessly to equip citizens with each and every facility. The latest initiative in the row is the construction of dewatering pump stations across Srinagar, which is being taken in a bid to prevent flooding in low-lying areas of the district.
Kashmir Valley will soon be ready to tackle with floods as the government has started the upgradation of 49 high-tech dewatering pump stations across Srinagar. The project, worth Rs 103 crores, is funded by the World Bank and undertaken by Jammu and Kashmir Economic Reconstruction Agency, an autonomous body under the Planning and Development Department of Jammu and Kashmir. The government took this initiative as the dewatering stations that were installed earlier were facing problems to operate. They were severely damaged along with the structure and machinery after 2014 floods in the Kashmir Valley.
टोटल 103 करोड़ के आसपास की लागत से हम बना रहे हैं and this will be completed, civil works will be completed by December 2020 and they will be set up and about by March of 2021. हमारी कोशिश ये है जल्द से जल्द इनको कंप्लीट किया जा सके। इसके साथ साथ इसका एक सेंट्रलाइज्ड कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सेंटर भी हमने बनाया हुआ है ताकि ये डिवाटरिंग पंप स्टेशंस 49 डिवाटरिंग पंप स्टेशंस जिन जिन लो लाइंग लोकेशंस पे हैं उसको रिमोटली ऑपरेट किया जा सके, क्योंकि अगर सैलाबी सूरत हाल होती है या पानी किसी इलाके में आता है तो ऐसा ना हो कि वहाँ पे ये डिवाटरिंग स्टेशंस कट ऑफ हो जाएं जैसा कि पहले हुआ था। इलावा अजी हमने एक और चीज़ की है, वी हैव had an early warning system पहले which is the instrumental the integrated operational forecast system जो कि पहले ही हमें बता देगा कि कितने दिनों की रेनफॉल के बाद कौन कौन सा इलाका ऐसा है जो गॉड फॉरबिड फ्लड हो सकता है।
As compared to the previous ones that were processed manually, latest technology has been installed in the new pumping stations that will start working automatically when the water level rises above the safety level in the area. Moreover, the pumping stations are being installed above the flood level so that if the floods hit the region again, they will help in dewatering the affected areas. Authorities have also set up control rooms and backup control rooms for better monitoring and operation of these pumps. Expected to be complete by the end of this year, the project will be benefiting around 4 to 5 lakh people who are now taking a sigh of relief, as these pump stations will not only be beneficial during floods but will also prevent water logging during heavy rainfalls.
वर्ल्ड बैंक की तरफ से हम उसका शुक्रगुजार है। अब उम्मीद करते हैं ये कामयाब रहे। बहुत इलाके में बहुत फ़ायदा मिलेगा क्योंकि 2014 में ये पूरा डूब गया था, ये पंप स्टेशन भी ख़राब हो गया था। अब ये हम तो लोकल यही उम्मीद करते हैं ये कामयाब रहे, हमें रिलीफ मिले।
Along with dewatering pump stations, the administration in Jammu and Kashmir has already been taking a number of measures to prevent the flood situation in Kashmir. In all the 10 districts of Kashmir division, flood zonal committees have been made to look after the flood control measures. Security and safety of embankments is a regular exercise, and flood control divisions of all the district in Kashmir region are routinely practicing it. A satellite communication center equipped with latest communication facilities has been established in Budgam for natural disasters in Kashmir Valley. Though Jammu and Kashmir is prone to floods owing to its peculiar topography and extreme weather conditions, but with the consistent efforts of both the authorities and the central government, things are slowly changing to better.
Community planning and development are an integral part of the overall build-up of a society. It therefore becomes important for authorities to ensure that proper infrastructure is provided to the people where they could gather in large numbers and build stronger relationships. In the same line of steps, a community facilitation center is being constructed in Srinagar district of Jammu and Kashmir.
With the rise in population comes the responsibility to manage within limited spaces, making it difficult for people to organize big gatherings or events. In such a situation, it becomes important for authorities to address the space constraints by making proper arrangements of community centers and other spaces that could be used by the citizens. Taking a step forward in this direction, Srinagar Municipal Corporation is constructing a community facilitation center in Batapora area of Srinagar, where people have been facing problems in conducting events due to compact spaces.
इस इलाके की बहुत बड़ी देरीन मांग थी कि यहाँ कुछ मैरिज हॉल बन जाए, तो इसमें श्रीनगर म्यूनसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन ने इंस्टीट्यूट लेकर यहाँ पहले मैरिज हॉल का काम शुरू कर दिया। अभी ये चालू है, तो इससे यहाँ के लोगों को बहुत फ़ायदा मिलेगा।
हमारे मकान में जगह काफ़ी कम थी और हमारा शादी होती है यहाँ पे या कोई डेथ होती है तो वहाँ पे लोग बहुत सारे आते हैं, तो थोड़ा बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है वहाँ पे। मगर इसलिए यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट ने एसएमसी ने यहाँ पे ये मैरिज हॉल दिया, इससे हमारी प्रॉब्लम कम हो जाएंगी। जब भी कोई फंक्शन होगा, शादी होगी या कोई डेथ होगी तो यहाँ पे सारे लोग आएंगे, तो यहाँ पे वो बैठेंगे। घर में जगह नहीं थी इतनी कि वहाँ पे बैठ सकते ये लोग।
The center will have multiple facilities like separate changing rooms and washrooms for ladies and gents, bridal rooms, service rooms, cooking sheds, apart from halls for gatherings. Though the construction of the center came to a halt because of the nationwide lockdown amid COVID-19 pandemic, however, it has been resumed now with things returning to normal. Once it is complete, citizens will be able to utilize it for wedding purposes and social gatherings.
यहाँ कोई मैरिज हॉल नहीं है, कोई सोशल गैदरिंग के लिए कोई जगह नहीं है, तो देयर वाज अ डिमांड, प्रेसिंग डिमांड फ्रॉम द लोकेलिटी, यहाँ ज़मीन था अवेलेबल तो इसको ये फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड करें. तो वी स्टार्टेड इट 2 years बैक. तो इसमें थोड़ा डिले हुआ ड्यू टू कोविड एंड समथिंग. तो अभी इसका 2700 स्क्वायर फुट एरिया प्लिंथ एरिया है. इसमें 2 हॉल है नीचे और ऊपर, और बाथरूम फैसिलिटीज़ है. तो जो भी मतलब बाय द within 2-3 months we'll be handing over this.
This is not the first community facilitation center that is being established by the government in Srinagar. Last year, 12 facilitation centers worth 30 crores were established in various areas of the city. Like it's been said, small efforts collectively make a big impact. It is these ground-level steps taken by the authorities across the Union Territory that are collectively paving the way for a better, bigger and brighter future.
Women in Jammu and Kashmir are breaking down barriers and establishing their own businesses. Their ventures may not be big, but their efforts and hard work make them an inspiration for several other future entrepreneurs. So today, we take you to one such woman in Rajouri who is not just filling the stomach of her entire family amid COVID-19 with her small tailoring shop, but is also contributing her bit to the society by distributing masks free of cost.
It's been said that women are the largest untapped reservoir of talent in the world. If provided with proper training and opportunities, women even in the most remote areas of a country can prove to be the most reliable resources. Since the last decade, more and more Kashmiri women are starting their own businesses and are choosing to become entrepreneurs. Along with giving wings to their dreams, they are actively contributing for the betterment of society. One such example is Shaheen Akhtar, who runs a small tailoring shop in Rajouri. Presently, amid this time of pandemic, Shaheen is not just feeding her entire family, but at the same making efforts to serve the society as well.
हाँ, मैं गरीब लोगों की बात समझती हूँ, क्योंकि मैं खुद गरीब हूँ. मैं दूसरों की भी तकलीफ समझती हूँ. तो इसलिए अगर कोई मुझे बोलता है जी हाँ जी हम 200 रुपये सूट का नहीं दे सकते हैं, कोई किसी को कम भी कर देती हूँ. सब कुछ मद्देनज़र देखते हुए मैं ऐसा कर रही हूँ, क्योंकि सभी की मजबूरी समझती हूँ. सभी के लॉकडाउन लगा हुआ है, मजदूरियाँ नहीं हैं, मजदूर लोग बेचारे कहाँ से लाएंगे, तो वो कहाँ से देंगे. तो इसलिए मैं सब कुछ मद्देनज़र देखते हुए मैं कर रही हूँ.
Hailing from the far-flung area of Palma village in Rajouri, Shaheen has been feeding her family of 10 people alone through her shop. Even after this, she decided to distribute free of cost masks to people of her village so as to protect them from the deadly disease. Moreover, she is also stitching the clothes and dresses for underprivileged and migrant laborers in much lower rates. Locals are effusive in their praise for Shaheen for her benevolence amid this time of pandemic.
सब कुछ कर रहे हैं, तो अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, तो बाजार में जाने नहीं देते. वहाँ बहुत लॉकडाउन है, तो इसलिए यहाँ से हम बनवाते हैं. मास्क वगैरह भी दे रहे हैं, कपड़े भी बना रहे हैं. कितनी अच्छी बात है.
In the last few years, a number of women from Jammu and Kashmir have set up their own businesses and are today examples of successful entrepreneurs. Riftan Jan is the owner of a successful cricket bat manufacturing factory in Pulwama. She took over the factory after her father-in-law died and turned it into a successful manufacturing unit. Shaheen Akhtar is an award-winning entrepreneur from Srinagar who runs a Pashmina shawl manufacturing unit. She has employed 18 employees and is currently running 11 looms with a total annual turnover of Rs 1.2 crores. Sania Lone is a professional baker from Srinagar. She went against all odds and stereotypes and turned her skill into a profession and today runs a successful enterprise. The government too is providing all the support to the girls in rural areas, either by training them or helping them financially in setting their own businesses.
ऐसी बहुत सारी लड़कियां हैं जो बहुत गरीब हैं, जो किसी वजह से फाइनेंशियली उनकी फैमिली उनको सपोर्ट नहीं कर रही है एजुकेशन लेने के लिए, तो वो कहीं ना कहीं कोशिश कर रही हैं कि अपनी फैमिली को भी सपोर्ट करें और अपना कैरियर भी कहीं ना कहीं वो इस्टेब्लिश करें। तो ये बहुत खुशी की बात है, ऐसी लड़कियों को जो ट्रिपल बीपी है हम भी उनकी हेल्प करते हैं कि कहीं ना कहीं हम उनको हेल्प प्रोवाइड करें, कहीं ना कहीं हम उनको अपग्रेड करें। तो बहुत खुशी होती है कि ऐसे एरिया में रह के भी लड़कियाँ इतने ज़्यादा काम कर रही हैं।
Today, a number of women like Shaheen are not just breaking stereotypes by becoming the sole earners in their family, but are also turning into successful entrepreneurs even in a conservative society.
So, that's all we have for you in this week's episode. Till we see you next week, it's goodbye from the entire production team.